It's another grand episode with yours truly, the outlaw of college football. And here they come riding in once again. It's the Outlaw Posse. Now, in effect, in today's Four Horsemen shout-outs go to Sydney Long, Dale Sent, Killer Breeze, and James. We're mounted up and saddled up and ready to go, and they're going to help us with today's college football invasion. And if you want to get your badge and get deputized and get a random Four Horsemen shout-out like they just did, as well as possibly be the comment of the day, it's not but $2.99 a month. That's just 75 cents a week. That's just a half a bottle of water for the outlaw. Just hit that join button over there by the subscribe button, and you'll be in the Outlaw Posse. And as you can see right here, I can be found on X, a.k.a. Twitter, at OCF Productions. Also, we had a great donation or two from a new donor, that being Appalachia African Twins. So appreciate the hell out of that. Now, getting right to it here, it seems like old Paul Finebaum's doing some backtracking, and that's one of the things that I don't like about Paul Finebaum. As I've said before, I'm not an utter hater of his, like some people. I do like some of the stuff he does and says. It's pretty funny how he gets under people's skin. But if you're going to do that, Paul, then you need to stick by what you said and not backtrack on it within a week or two. I can understand if you formulated a different opinion a year or two down the road and decide you was wrong about something. That's one thing. But you just got through saying a few weeks ago how bad Deion Sanders was as a head coach. And now all of a sudden you're licking his ass, ballyhooing him as the savior of USC football. I'm going to bring something up for y'all right now, and I'm going to interrupt this video a few times probably, just so we don't get copyright strike like we have last couple of times we've tried to use videos. So let's bring this up for y'all right now.
Paul went nuclear on Riley last week. Paul?
So here it comes. Here comes his little shtick just a few days ago on Lincoln Riley that's going to set up for this.
I thought last year was one of the worst coaching jobs I have ever seen. Quite frankly, had I been the athletic director at Southern Cal, I would have fired Lincoln Riley because he's yet to show, after many years as a head coach, he knows anything about defense. He's gone through defensive coordinators.
Let me stop it right there and address this jackass on the far left. It looks like he's just got big ass fucking donkey teeth in his mouth. That being RG, the dumbass, the third. He says, what? Man, it'd be different if this was something like there was a real debatable point and what Paul Finebaum is saying may not be even closely to the truth. But what Paul Finebaum is saying is very possibly exactly what's going on with Lincoln Riley. So why RG3 is acting completely flabbergasted by this just speaks volumes of how he is being indoctrinated and how he's just a skittle shitter.
He just simply couldn't handle it. And now things are going to be 5 times worse in the Big Ten. On top of that, a number of his top players are bailing out. This is a guy who owned L.A. for about a half a minute. And quite frankly, next year at this time, I think he'll more than likely be an assistant in the NFL if he's that lucky.
Hot take. I don't know who would be a tougher executive to work for, Paul Finebaum or Stephen A. They'd both be firing people left and right, holding everybody accountable. Stephen A., do you agree with what Paul had to say there about Riley?
It's hard to refute what you said, Paul.
It's hard to refute what you said, Paul. They'd be firing people left and right. These people they are just all up each other's ass, man. You see that goofy ass smile by Paul Finebaum. Like I said, I like some of the stuff you do, Paul, but you starting to lose some of my support for you, brother. Might start grilling your ass.
I would say you're a little bit harsh.
Ooh.
I mean, I was like, ouch,
Ooh,
ouch.
you?
I mean, I must say, I expected you to be a bit kinder. But listen, here's the deal.
Why would he be kinder? That's the problem with you jackasses at ESPN. Y'all want to push a narrative and excuse people for doing something that they shouldn't be excused for. Like losing ball games. If you're head coach, you're supposed to win ball games, not go 4-8.
They started off 6-0. And then after that, this is what USC's defense surrendered. 48-34, 49-52, 36-38, and 28. And the 2 games prior to that, when they won games 5 and 6 of the season and starting off to 6-0, they gave up 41 points in both of those games. Having said all of that, here's what I would say about Lincoln Riley, Paul. Only coach to coach 3 Heisman winning quarterbacks, as well as the only coach to have 3 players selected number 1 overall in the NFL's common draft era. Won 80% of his games, appeared in 3 college football playoffs. I can't just summarily dismiss that.
Well, you're going to have to summarily dismiss that, you jackass, because he won 80% of his games because he coached at Oklahoma, moron. He ain't won no 80% of his games at USC. Y'all's really, really getting on my last damn nerve with this whole Lincoln Riley USC ass-licking odyssey that you're on, Stephen A. And all the reason you're allowed to have such a dumbass opinion and get away with it is because ESPN's fired everybody else, so you sort of got them over the barrel a little bit.
So I get what you're saying because, damn it, you got to coach defense at some point. I get that. You're in Southern California. You started out 11-3. I get that. Last year you were 8-5. Nothing to brag home about. We get it. And I don't blame you for being harsh to some degree. But I do think we can look at Lincoln Riley and say, okay, we expect better. I think he'll be better. I think we could say that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe you are wrong, because another thing that I forgot to mention was that the Oklahoma program was left in great shape for him by Bob Stoops, who had won numerous conference titles and been to a few national title games and won a national championship. So he goes to Southern Cal and undermines Oklahoma, as I've said ad nauseum, probably over 1,000 times now. And basically, he doesn't have to build Southern Cal up. He steals Oklahoma shit. And the only reason he was 80% win percentage is because he was given the keys to a castle. So, yeah, let's move on.
Stephen A., I get where you're coming from, but to me, it's about trajectory. And I think he's lost the momentum. He had that town. Stephen A., you live there a lot of the year. You have to win in LA, otherwise you lose badly. And I think he's losing badly. And instead of harping on Lincoln Riley, I've decided to come up with a solution. I thought about this the other day. Okay, maybe he does well, maybe he doesn't. But the answer is really moving forward. And I believe the answer after this season is Deion Sanders. He's going to be tired of Colorado because
She says, ooh, look at her face. Look at her. Ooh, one side of her eyes all closed and shit, man. She's like she's about to have an orgasm. And Stephen A., he looks like he's probably wetting his panties too. I ain't talking about urinating. They both of them. Look at them, boy. Oh, shit. Oh, we didn't think about that. Yeah, let's get rid of Lincoln Riley. Bring in Deion with all of his Louis and all of his over-the-top antics, because that's what we like in today's society, man. We like immoral, perverse shit.
Frankly, it's not prime time. He's done well as he can with his son and Travis Hunter and all the Stephen A's and Shannon Sharp appearances, but that's going to dry up this year because they're not going to be that great. But you put prime in Tinseltown, and I think you have one of the great combinations in history. We just got through talking about.
What combination is that? Being a con man and losing ball games? He can't recruit Paul Finebaum. He don't want to recruit. He don't go on recruiting trails. He doesn't go visit any high school recruits. He tries to transfer portal his ass through shit. Yeah, you're right. It is a perfect combination to continue losing like they've been losing.
Or you did, LeBron. LeBron has owned that town as many others before him. And I think Deion Sanders as the...
You say LeBron owned that town? He won one championship in the damn bubble in the COVID year? Man, shut the hell up about LeBron. God.
Coach at Southern Cal is the answer to the problems. Lincoln Riley is a good coach. He's got a great resume. Deion Sanders just exudes exactly what that community is all about. He takes the
exudes what that community is all about? What the hell does that mean, Paul? Sound like you're stereotyping a little bit, man. A little borderline something there. I'm not going to come out and say it, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Recruiting there, which Lincoln had and then lost, but I think he sustains it, especially now, today, the Big Ten Media Day.
Especially emphatic ass moron, man.
This is going on with Southern Cal. And can you imagine a year from today, Deion Sanders walks into Big Ten Media Days. Everybody else, get out of the way.
I have no issue with that. What?
Get out of the way. Why? Yeah, you better get out of the way, because if you don't, he's going to cry, maybe pour some shit on top of your head like he did Tim McCarver, the announcer for baseball. Yeah, you better get out of his way, because he'll lose his bowels if you don't get his way about shit, because Deion he's not a head coach. He's a narcissistic jackass that only cares about Deion and whomever's in his little clique or circle.
Whatsoever. Zero. I mean, I'd love for it to happen now. But
what an idiot. And ESPN, y'all idiots too. Like I said, y'all fired everybody and run everybody off. Now y'all stuck with this moron right here. He's got y'all over a barrel. Him and his damn Barney ass suit he's got on. Looks like a damn black Barney with that damn ugly ass purple suit on.
But what I'm saying is that as porous as Lincoln Riley's defenses have been throughout the years in Oklahoma and USC, it still didn't prevent him from winning an inordinate amount of games.
But it prevented him from winning an inordinate amount of championships. Didn't win any national championships. Played off of Bob Stoops' legacy. Yeah, let's continue.
And getting this team to the college football playoffs. So to talk about him like he'll be lucky to be an assistant coach,
but Stephen A.
is a bit cruel.
Stephen A., the defense, he's got to coach defense.
Look at that face, man. Look at that face. Them lips, man. They just the way he's pursing his lips, man. Makes you just want to slap the hell out of him, make him taste his own blood. 56
offensive touchdowns allowed. That was second most of all the Power 5 schools.
I agree with that, but I did say.
I do agree with that, but I did say he's talking down to her right now, wagging his finger. She's too damn stupid to realize it. Look at her damn dense she looks.
Despite those defenses,
I mean,
he got him to college football playoffs.
Despite those defenses, he got him to blah, blah, blah.
Playoffs.
Offense.
All I'm saying is, come on now.
I'd be curious to know if USC brass would be open to Deion, because I like that. I like that little marriage there.
I like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it so much. We want to bring in somebody that's perverted and immoral just like us and talks about God out of one mouth. And then on the other side of his mouth, he's showing off his Louis and his gold watches and yada, yada, yada. And basically grilling young men online that don't agree with his philosophies and runs them off and makes them transfer, loses their scholarship, takes it away from them.
Deion and
fits on many levels.
That works. Because I don't like him in Boulder. I've told him that. I don't like him in Boulder.
No.
Nobody gives a shit what you like, buddy. The only reason that you got an opinion you propped up is, like I said, ESPN ain't got nobody else, man. You're a piece of dung. Just like Paul Finebaum, look at his little scally ass mouth.
So prime time, that's Tinseltown, okay? That's Tinseltown.
I think prime time can go anywhere.
Prime time can go anywhere. Really? Yeah, he can go anywhere. It don't mean he's going to win anywhere. This ain't the HBCU level where you can fool people up and get a few 4 and 5 stars fooled up to come down there so you have an inherent advantage over every other HBCU school who can't get more than maybe a 2-star in their program. You're at the major college football level now, you 3 jackasses. But in the end, man, that just really irks me because they act like Deion's done something great, and he hasn't. Like I said, he had an inherent advantage in the HBCU level, man. He had an unfair advantage over those schools because of his fame and glory and how he was able to lure and con people to Jackson State, tell them all sorts of BS that he was, going to bring them up to the Division I level, which we all knew was horse shit. and now he's at Colorado and he can't win games. Yeah, sure, Colorado was 1-10 or 1-11 when he got there, and he won 4 games with them. But when he goes 4-8 again this year, you mean to tell me that if Lincoln Riley goes 6-6 or 7-5 regular season and they fire him, and Deion replicates his 4-8 season, which is the best I think he can do, you're okay with hiring a coach that's only won 8 games in 2 years at USC? No, man. Y'all just been indoctrinated and brainwashed into the whole ESPN narrative that they want somebody that's just flamboyant as hell and disrespectful, and that perverted agenda that y'all like to push. And that's all I got to say about that. There's a little heart option down here with a little money dollar sign in the middle. If you want to make a one-time donation to the program, smash that. Throw a few dollars in the coffers. And as I said earlier, you can also join the Outlaw Posse. It's not $2.99 a month. That's just 75 cents a week. That's just a half a bottle of water for the Outlaw. You'll get your badge. You'll get deputized. You get your random 4 horsemen shout-outs, while possibly be the comment of the day. Also, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. That's the big 4, and they're all free, especially subscribing and sharing. And with that, I'm out of here. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now dismissed.